This is the one I wanted. Waitlist. Any calls for concern? Because it's really mostly Star Wars stuff. We're getting Star Wars stuff that's been waitlisted. I mean, we also have like Peacemaker, the Batman, stuff like that. But now they just hit all these Attack of the Clones figures like really, really quickly, where it's kind of like, oh, they're on pre-order. Now they're not, they're gone. So, I mean, you can always probably find it other places, but C-3PO, there was R2-D2, there was the battle droid, there was the clone trooper, the clone pilot, I think. A lot of Attack of the Clone stuff
all
went
of
on
it.
waitlist.
All
Leo, was there any calls for concern here? Do people need to act quickly on these pre-orders now?
I'm not concerned at all, because again, I think it's one of those situations where, and we talked about this earlier too, Cam, jumping the gun.
Yeah.
Literally everybody, because I seen it. All I seen on everybody's thread or in everybody's groups. Well, I'm only part of one group anyway, but I'm kind of taking myself out of like every other group. I just don't really interact in groups anymore when it especially gets crazy. But if you're on Instagram and you're following individuals who collect, you see it. You know what I mean? Oh, this is waitlisted. You got to get it now. You got to get it now. You got to get it now, whatever. And I'm like, well, do the research first. There's other places where you can actually get these figures and they still have them available. You know what I mean? Just do the research. Just because Sideshow, you got booty bots out there too.
The booty bots are here?
Yeah, booty bots are here.
Oh shit, the booty bots. New dating site. We should join. I'm a
all taste. What's that mean?
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah. So it again, like it's one of those situations where, again, jumping that gun just because of the simple fact that Sideshow puts up these things saying it's going to wait list or whatever. Even though from a business standpoint, I understand. I mean, what they've actually gone through, they've lost a lot of money, bro. They have. They've lost a lot of money. They still have pieces that are sitting there that they haven't got rid of, even during Black Friday, even during Cyber Monday. They still haven't gotten through everything that they have in that warehouse, and they're trying to liquidate as much as possible. So, of course, when you're getting new figures in, if you're not going to actually get larger than normal batches. You know what I mean? You're going to stick to these smaller batches. You're going to say, look, we can't afford to lose any more, which, I understand based off of, the current market situation, inflation and stuff like that. You got to do what you got to do. But with that basically being said, still do your research. Don't fall for this shit. I'm telling you, I know people are like, man, but wait a minute. You gotta, wait a minute, man. Like literally, don't you're telling people this, man, but y'all been telling us for the longest time, don't pre-order, and then we're losing out. No, well, I'm telling you not to pre-order because you can find it in different places, sometimes cheaper.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Depending on where you go. Like we laugh and joke about, Toys Wonderland and how much we hate them and shit like that, but they got deals. And there are people who still shop with them and they don't experience the same problems that we experience.
Yeah.
And even if they do, it may not matter to them like it matters to us. Maybe they can wait. So this is what I'm saying. Just because one company does it doesn't mean that you can't go to another company and find these figures and get it. Plain and simple.
Yeah, it's true, bro. Absolutely, man. And like the C-3PO, the R2-D2, I mean, there are other options out there. And, I mean, there's always what's called pop culture. I mean, you get that a little bit later because it's coming from Australia. But, if you're willing to wait, then it's, and it's just a different time, man. The no pro strategy was something that I think was a relic of the past, maybe when we had a little bit more flexibility in what we're doing now. But with this, I mean, you got to pay attention to this. I mean, if you want to figure, then you have to think about it. But I don't think you have to pre-order it day one, but you do have to think about it. Probably within the first couple months, you have to make a decision. Yeah. I mean, that's what I would recommend now, just to be safe. But, we don't know. I mean, Peacemaker could come back in stock when he releases. We don't know. I mean,
bro, look what happened. Look what happened to the deluxe edition was it the deluxe edition cable?
Yep.
That was waitlisted, and then all of a sudden, magically, when the figure was available, this and it went back up for stock. You know what I mean? It was up in stock again. I'm like, y'all sons of bitches, and I got the regular version. What if I wanted that damn shield, motherfuckers? You know what I mean? Like you just did me that dirty. So, I mean, but that's what I'm saying. I would just wait. I would just wait and see. Just wait and see.
Right, exactly, man. And like you said, Leo, it'll just be, a wait and see process for all of this. But Dan, what do you think, man? Is there any cause for concern with these wait lists? Do you think this is going to extend to other figures? And why Attack of the Clones? Like, I don't know.
I can't answer the why the Attack of the Clones
I know
part,
it's so
but
interesting.
it's very weird because I thought everybody was shitting on these figures when they came out.
Yeah, especially
yeah.
C3PO. Especially
I thought
C3PO.
everybody was ragging on that guy, but now he's waitlist. That's crazy. But no, I mean, like, look, if you exclusively shop at Sideshow, like you only shop at Sideshow, you don't go anywhere else, then yeah, obviously you're gonna miss out on this. But then again, Sideshow does like to, magically come up with stock sometimes. I mean, dude, like, how many times did the War Machine Mark IV go out of stock and come back? I believe it came back recently again too, which is wild. That thing sold out like a year ago, like officially. But yeah, there's all kinds of other US based retailers like Big Bad Toy Store, like Collectors Row. There's all kinds of different ones that will probably have this because they sit on a lot of stuff too. But if you're an exclusive Sideshow, collector, that's all you get, then yeah, I mean, but my whole thing is like, pre-order the stuff you're actually really 100% gonna get. Like, no doubt about it. It's coming home. Like, that's the way I pre-order. That's the only time I pre-order is okay. That character 100% coming home, no question. I'm getting it. That's it. That's how I pre-order. If it's something like it's like, oh, maybe it's cool, like I like it, like maybe I can wait. And if it sells out, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. So that's just how I do it. I know there's people out there who love everything and try to get everything. It's just for me. If something I want, I'm gonna get it. So yeah, I don't think it's too much of a concern, at least right now. But I know some people are preaching out there that like, oh, it's it's the end of the world, like everything's selling out. Like, yeah, it's not. Okay, like there'll be other places that will have this. Like, so if you really want it, then just get it.
Yeah. If you want it, get it. But just have a connection to it. Don't just get it because everybody's talking about it, or you basically see that people are saying, "Oh, this is about to sell out."
Like the FOMO, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
don't
give into that.
Yeah, and they look at that and they say like, "Oh man, this thing gonna be a grail one day, probably because it's selling out." And you're like, you don't know, like you don't know what's gonna happen. So
wait,
really
Cam, just wait until they announce a really gold C3PO, and then this one will be like no one will want it, right? So that's what happens. So and that will happen eventually, just a matter of time.
Man, 20th anniversary Return of the Jedi is right around the corner, bro.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
We're gonna get that 6CL Darth Vader. We're gonna get a C3PO. Yep.
Hell yeah. So wait, just chill out. Just wait. It's going to actually come.
Just join the wait list. More than likely, it's going to convert.
It's likely going to convert.
It's
very likely.
Chill out. Chill out. It'll come. That's why. I mean, it'll basically come, man. Don't just chill.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Well, Cam, what do you think about this, man? With the wait list going on here, is this something to be concerned about? I do agree with Dan and Lael, what you guys have said. I feel like a lot of times, like if you're not sure about whether you want something, that means you probably don't.
Didn't want it in the very beginning,
because
bro.
it's easy. Like Lael, like Cad Bane, for example, he goes up for pre-order. I'm like, well, I'm not going to pre-order right this second, but I know for damn sure I'm going to get that, right? Never a hesitation. But that's Spider-Man. I'm getting that Spider-Man. No matter when I'm going to pre-order it, right? Or which one I'm going to get. Like I don't know whether I'm going to get deluxe standard, but I'm going to get that Spider-Man, right? But like with C3PO,
he was like, I'm getting Loki.
Yeah, with Loki, like that goes up, dude. That's a dopo. I don't care what time. It's like, and eventually, in our Pennywise wasn't even a dopo for me. But when I looked at it further, I was like, all right, that's coming home. Right?
I still want that.
Right? But if you're sitting there about say Lael, say you have the Force Awakens R2D2, and you're like, do I really want another R2? You probably don't want it, right? So if you've never had an R2, then this is probably one to jump on if you want an R2 or a C3PO. But this is not the C3PO that probably most people want. It doesn't mean it's a bad figure, but at the end of the day, it's probably like if it waitlisted, you could probably just let it go. Like there'll be another one. And if you decide to want it later, you can probably pick it up. But anyway, Cam, what do you think, man? Any cause for concern here?
Yeah, I don't think so, honestly. I feel like it's a pump fake. We talked about it earlier on Collectors Lounge with Lil, and I feel like they're pump faking us right now because there's other outlets you can also get these figures. Like they're not the only place. Of course, they're the most popular, I would say, especially in the US, to buy your figures from Sideshow. But there's other outlets in different places that are actually going to sell these as well. So just because you're SOL here doesn't mean you're SOL everywhere. But I also feel like, they're doing this because they also want to, kind of dwindle down on their inventory as well. They don't want to have as much just dead stock just sitting around in the factory. Because I saw somebody who posted in a group, I talked about this earlier. They literally, I think one of the figures went to waitlist and they immediately joined the wait list, and then they got a conversion
And converted
Yeah.
like
automatically.
right
yeah.
after it. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, usually it take like a couple months or so before you get it and stuff, you know. And then we look at all the figures that are still on wait list. Like there's a lot of weird ones that are out there. Like Killmonger is still on wait list for some reason.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how
Someone's on the longest
hell?
payment plan ever.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, somebody's paid this off $1 a day.
Yeah.
And they paid it off in like 2 months, and they're
Yep.
still waiting 3 years later.
Mhm.
But yeah, a lot of these that have recently converted to waitlist, I think we're going to see them come back, of course, because
Yeah.
there will be some cancels. Like you said, with this 3 CPO, if we definitely see a gold version, there's going to be a lot of cancellations, and then that
Mhm.
waitlist is going to open up, or the figure is just going to be available. That happened with the like the gym suit Spider-Man that we had, the homemade suit. That thing sold out. There was just a wait list, and now it's just available to buy. And I'm like, where are these
Yeah.
products coming from? Like, are they just finding a box in the
Yeah.
back room, or like a ship disappeared? Now it's back for the Bermuda Triangle. I don't know what's going on. So it's interesting to see, and hopefully, you know, this doesn't scare too many people off from, you know, still going to this site and looking at
Mhm.
other places to
Yeah.
research their information. So
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. But I think we have options, guys. That's,
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
my point. And
That's the
you know,
biggest thing.
And Leo, you know, if you really, really want it, you should pre-order it. I'll just say
Yeah.
that because
Yeah.
the times
Yeah.
have changed a little bit. The game,
If you
we
want
can
it-
only give advice based on what we're seeing, right?
If you
know?
want it, like that's what I'm saying, bro. Like if you've been, if you have to sit back and wonder, like if it's one of those things where I'm just dancing around, it's like, I want to get that. Like, you know, I'm going to get it eventually. I don't know yet. Let me just kind of wait and just wait it out. If I have to wait it out, then obviously I'm like, nah, bro. That Anakin and that Padme drop day one.
Yeah,
Boom.
that's easy for you.
Because I knew I wanted it.
Yeah,
It was just
yeah.
easy for me. This Spider-Man drop, boom, day one for me. Because
Yeah,
I
right.
knew I wanted it. That's the way it
Yeah.
was. Phoenix Shan, same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just what I wanted. Those figures is, you know, pretty
Mhm.
much what I needed. That mace, if they make that announcement, I guarantee.
Yeah.
I might even pay
Yeah.
that some bitch off. Like,
Bro,
literally.
that's probably
Boom.
this week. I'm thinking
That's just the
I'm
way it's going to
thinking-
be for a lot
Yeah.
of people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, boom. Now, my money's kind of tied up right now. It's kind of hurt. But I'm going to find a way. I'm going to
Yeah.
find a way to
For
give me
Mace,
29
yep, you'll
bucks
do
to
it.
put on it. You know what I
Yep.
mean? I'll find a way because I'm hurting. But at the same time, like, nah, like literally, like, that's what I'm saying. If it's something that you want, then do it. Bam. Just do it. Like, I
Right.
mean, that's, but the thing is, if you're getting these notifications, because I see this happen a lot, bro, is that you'll get a notification, somebody will post it, and then you'll see somebody put at the bottom, oh man, I got to get this right now. Then I'll just get it now. Oh man, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just if you didn't want it in the very beginning, if you didn't get it, then obviously think about the reason why you didn't do it. You know what I
Right.
mean? Don't jump the gun like that, bro.
Yeah, it's true, bro. Absolutely. Well, guys, great thoughts on that one. Let's move on to our next topic. But before we do, let's address a couple super chats.